this is another part. How name Selenium is started. How name Selenium is started means in the earlier years like 2005 or 2010. At the time, one of the leading company like Mercury. So at the time it is using QTP or UFT. He is there. Then at the time, Simon Stewart is started free open source tool like Selenium. Okay, so example, if anyone will take mercury poison, then solution is selenium metal. So because of that, selenium name is started. Selenium.dev is a website. Okay, so how name is started Selenium. In the earlier versions like 2005, 2006, 2007, 2010, at the time one of the leading companies there, that is the Mercury is there. So at the time Simon Stewart is started a free open source tool like Selenium. For example, if anyone will take the mercury poison, then solution is a selenium metal. So because of that, selenium name is started. Selenium.dev is a website. Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is record and playback tool. So you have save extension with dot side. SIDE. You have saved extension. You have saved the extension with a dot side SIDE. Playwright means Playwright is owned by Microsoft. Playwright is owned by Microsoft. It will work with only APIs. It will work with only APIs. Next, Selenium WebDriver architecture. Selenium WebDriver architecture means this is a Selenium 3. Selenium 3, what is how it will work means in the Python. This is a client machine. Then JSON wire protocol. This is a REST API. Then the browser driver. Then this is the server. Then Chrome browser. This is a Selenium language bindings Java, Python, C#, Ruby. So here we are writing the flow how it will work means we have to write a code Java, Python or Ruby. Then HTTP request REST API. HTTP request means get to, put to, post to, patch to, delete to. These are the requests, right? Then these request it will go to the browser driver, that is request will go to the server. Then give command. Then we will give the command to the browser. So like this it will work for Selenium WebDriver architecture. Okay, so every command you are writing in the Selenium is actually a API request. Every command you are writing in the Selenium is actually API request. This is the Selenium 3. So def test underscore sample. Here we have to mention the driver path. Then we have to mention the which service, whether Edge or Firefox or Chrome. Then executable path equal to driver path. Then driver.get. But in Selenium 4 is, that is in Selenium 3. But in Selenium 4 is Selenium manager will download the driver by itself. Now this is a Selenium 4. Selenium manager will download the driver by itself. Driver equal to webdriver.edge. So driver.get. In the double quotes we have to mention http google.com. Driver equal to webdriver.edge. That's it in Selenium 4. So this is the Selenium WebDriver hierarchy. Selenium WebDriver hierarchy. How it is now is the remote WebDriver. Remote WebDriver has multiple classes like Chrome driver, Firefox driver, Edge driver, Safari driver. This is this remote driver will WebDriver is there. In the WebDriver above search context is there. The search context is there. So in the remote WebDriver have JavaScript executor and take screenshot interfaces is there. Here whenever we have to execute the class to inherit a class to class, then we have to use the extents. We have to class to interface, then we have to use the implements. But in Python everything is class only. There is no interface in Python. There is no interface concept in Python. So this is a Selenium WebDriver hierarchy. Okay. Next difference between Java and Python. Thread.sleep is used by Java. Time.sleep of 5 this is used by Python. Here Java compiler will sleep. Here Python interpreter will sleep. Okay, so this is the difference. So Java and Python, thread.sleep, time.sleep. Java compiler will sleep. Python interpreter will sleep. How to run script in headless mode. If you want to run the script in headless mode, then main we have to use options. Okay, options. in options we have to store in one variable like chrome options. Chrome options equal to options bracket. Okay, now chrome options dot add argument in the bracket double quotes hyphen headless. Now driver equal to webdriver dot chrome driver equal to webdriver dot chrome. This chrome options we have to pass here, then we have to mention driver dot get, then we have to mention in the double quotes that application URL. Okay, application URL. How to run the script in headless mode? If you want to run the script in headless mode, then options is mandatory. So we have to save in one variable like chrome options. Then chrome options dot add argument in the double quotes hyphen headless we have to mention. Then a driver equal to webdriver dot chrome. This chrome options we have to pass. Then driver dot get. Okay, next to page source. Page source means full source code will print. Full source code will print. Okay, so next for implicit weight we will get no such element exception. For explicit weight we will get element not visible exception. For implicit weight we will get no such element exception. For explicit weight we will get element not visible exception. Next, how to handle drop downs. First we have to open the application driver dot get. Then we have to find the locator driver dot find element by dot id. So this is the drop down locator we have to find, that is we have to store in element select. Okay, so next we have to use the select class. The select class select select. Now this xpath variable we have to pass here, and that we can store in another variable like select. Now select dot select by index, select dot select by value, select dot select by visible text. So this is like how we have to handle the drop downs. We have to mainly focus on the select class. Select that xpath variable we have to pass here. We have to store in one variable. So that variable select dot select by index, select by value, select by visible text. Next, why we need to use any pattern or model for Selenium PyTest framework. Why we need to use pattern means then it is a proper structure is there, readability is there, reusability is there, low maintenance is there, scalability is there. Okay, so why we need to use pattern means so proper structure, readability, reusability, low maintenance, scalability. These are 5 features it will be available for if you want to maintain the pattern or model of a Selenium PyTest framework. Next, page object model. So what is page object model? Means it is a design pattern in Selenium. So it will create a representation of web pages as classes. It creates a representation of web pages as a classes. So now this is the class login page.py. So this is a Python class. So it will contain object repositories, page locators plus page actions. So page locators means email, password, submit button. This is the locator. So actions means click on submit to enter email and password. This is the actions. Each class contains methods and properties that corresponds to the elements and actions on that page. Okay, so what is page object model means it is a design pattern in Selenium, creates a representation of web pages as classes. So now this is the web pages as classes. Login.page. In this class it will contain object repo, that is page locators, page actions. For page locators means this is the locators, email, password, submit button. This is the locators. Actions will click on submit to enter email and password. For each class contains methods and properties, so that corresponds to elements and actions on that page.